Mortal Kombat XL. So last year, we were graced by the amazing fighting series and its awesome DLC characters. We got Jason, Tanya, Tremor, and Predator. Then this year, we got Leatherface, Triborg, Bo Raicho, and the Xenomorph. Personally, I wish they had Freddy in this game instead of in MKX, because, come on, if we got MVP, why the fuck did I say that? We got fuck, AVP, and we could have had the Fred versus the Jace. At least we got the AVP. Anyway, as MK fans, we love talking and thinking about guest characters. In general, in fighting games, we love this conversation topic. Who are the guest characters, and what will be possibilities for us to see in the future for really any fighting game? Popular ones I've seen in topics before the game was launched and after its first season pass have been some obvious choices like Spawn and Terminator, and a few others that have popped up that not a lot of people are talking about was characters like Rorschach, Juliet Starling, you know, the zombie killing cheerleader, and Ash Williams. But there are two characters I think that would make awesome additions to the MKX roster. And I have looked over many lists to see if anyone mentioned them, but I've actually haven't seen anyone mention these two characters. And I think Sarah Pazzini or Masane Amaha from the anime version from Witchblade, and Jackie Estacado from The Darkness.
Come and get it.
They are perfect as guest characters for Mortal Kombat to begin with. Plus, they have a crossover, so they work wait. No, wait. Never mind, same universe. Anyway, but guess who they have crossovers with? Sarah Pazzini and Jackie Estacado have come across fucking Alien and Predator, Spawn, Batman, Superman, Wolverine, and Hulk. Fuck. Make it happen, Netherrealm. But back on to the main point. I took some time to think of styles, looks, the X-ray, and fatalities for Sarah and Jackie if they were to come in as guest characters for a, let's say, a Season 3 pass, even though the XL edition's already been released. Now, the first one would be Sarah Pazzini. Now, there are some people who prefer the Masane Amaha version. I believe that the original Sarah is actually the one we should go with if she were to come into the Mortal Kombat universe. So, making a quick list on the abilities that the Witchblade gives. The Witchblade can form swords, hooks, chains, shields, and even full body armor. It can also form wings, and in the anime version, Masane was able to use her hair as a weapon. Now, for the three styles, I kind of thought of the first one could be additional and improved melee attacks. The second one can have a focus on the sword moves, giving new ones and extended combos for it. And the third one could be a new set of grappling moves with the hair. Now for the X-ray, I thought of, it took me just a little bit to think of this one, but for the X-ray, what she can do is pierce the shoulders and the thighs of the opponent with the hair, and then she launches herself towards the opponent with her sword extended, piercing their chest, and then once making contact, she then kicks him away, breaking the ribcage. Pretty straightforward, but I think it can actually work as a pretty cool demonstration of a few of the moves and what she can do. For the first fatality, it starts off kind of like the X-ray does, but instead of piercing them with the sword, she cuts them in half vertically then horizontally. So piercing the shoulder and the thighs, lifting them up, and then cutting them into 4 large pieces. Now the second fatality She'll cut them at the knees, severing the legs at the knees, and then pierce the sword straight through the head, and then kick the body away. It wasn't really super crazy thinking of her fatalities, um, but sadly I haven't really read the comics myself, so I don't have a lot to work with. Now for Jackie Estacado from the Darkness, before anything, this beast of a man took on Batman, the Hulk, and Superman. I mean, in the comics, he fucking decks Superman across the face. Now, for his abilities, he of course has the Darkness, his dual pistols, and also the Darklings. For the three styles, I kind of thought of the first one being a focus on his gun channeling, giving him more powerful, improved pistol moves, and then the second one having an emphasis on the serpent heads. And then the third one kind of acting like Ferrator, where he uses a few moves involving the Darklings. Now for the X-Ray, I thought of the serpent heads biting down onto the biceps of the opponent and then pulling them towards Jackie, and then he does what he does to Superman and decks him across the face. And then when they fly back, he then unloads a couple rounds into their body as they're flying with his pistols. Now for the fatalities, I personally think that if Jackie was in the Mortal Kombat games, he would have some of the most disgusting fatalities there are. Now for the first one, he will restrain the opponent with one serpent head, kind of like a snake around the body, and then the other head will dive down and rip the throat apart, like dragging organs out of the mouth. And then after dropping the corpse, a Darkling will show up on screen and then piss on the head. I I think that would be a nice little touch, because there was a part in the second game where the Darkling would piss on other people, on bodies and shit, so a nice little nod to some of the games. Now for the second one of the serpent heads will grab the opponent by the lower leg or something, but he will hold the opponent, and then this is where it may get to be the most disgusting fatality in my own opinion, because the serpent head that isn't holding the opponent would dive into the ass and then rip out the rectum, and then as a finishing touch, tear the body to shreds. Both of these fatalities are nods to what you actually do in the Darkness 2, and they are just golden as fatality work for Mortal Kombat. Thinking of these fatalities were actually one of the more fun things I had for making this video was for Jackie Estacado. Seeing how both Sarah and Jackie were not ever mentioned in any list that I could come across got me a little excited, because man, I might be one of the first few people to actually voice their opinion on these two being guest characters in Mortal Kombat. But the chances are very, very low if NetherRealm was to ever do a Season 3 and Jackie and Sarah ever being guest characters in that. Anyway, that was what I thought of two possible guest characters for Mortal Kombat X, or possibly in the second game. If you guys like what you heard me talk about today, let me know if you guys have any improvements, like more movesets or how their fatalities can be. I would love to hear your guys' opinions, because thinking of guest characters and shit for games is, in my opinion, one of the funnest things for gaming topics. Thanks again, guys. Have a good day.